What's up, guys? Welcome to Shay's World. I am your girl Shay, and today we are back with House of Villains. This is season 2, episode 8. Finally, on episode 8, and the end of the episode made me feel very good because I'm like, the hell,
What's going on?
it's a lot of people here. Um, we'll get there.
You called it.
I did. I did. I love when I'm right. But to that, I can't do this recap alone. So, of course, I have my lovely co host with me.
It's your boy Malik right here. Right here. I'm right here.
We see you.
Here I am.
If y'all see me, drop down in the
Wonderful.
comments and say, we see you.
Can y'all see me?
All right. So, like I said, this is season 2, episode 8 recap. Where you want to start, Malik? Because it's a lot, but it's not a lot, but it's a lot, but it's good.
Let's just take it from the top.
All right.
Let's just take it from the top.
From the top, of course, we come back into the house. We have our hit list. It is Larsa, Victoria, and Safari. Everyone is pretty much just sitting downstairs except for Victoria and Teresa. They're in the room. We'll talk about them. Let's start downstairs. In the House of Villains, you have New York saying, I think I speak for the house. We are too hard on Victoria. I think everything we said last week about Larsa being a bully, New York validated with that one.
Yeah. It's because it's true. Because it's freaking true. You're doing too much. You're doing too much. You're just doing way too much. It's extra and it's unnecessary.
Very. Even West agrees and it's like, we should give her some grace. I'm like, yeah, okay. But upstairs we have Teresa. We have Victoria. She is breaking down or whatever. And it's it's valid, although she is definitely a crier, I'm not just jumping on Team Victoria because I've been for the first 6 episodes she got on my nerve. I will say I do feel like Larsa just goes so hard, and it's just like she's constantly on her. So, I don't know. Anywho, they're upstairs. So, of course, this is the perfect opportunity for Victoria to try and convince Teresa to vote for her. And Teresa says, I got your back. So they go downstairs and she says,
she said it to Victoria.
Yeah, she told Victoria that she would have her back, or she had her vote or whatever they need.
Right.
That's what she said. Right. So downstairs, when they come downstairs, first Victoria says to Candy, like, I understand, it's a game, she's not mad. New York just tells her, I just told everyone to be nice to you and all of that. I don't know exactly what Victoria said. However, I do know it was a little on the verge of passive aggressive, and in goes Larsa. Larsa just, goes in yet again. And it's just like, so everything New York.
She said something about like eating at the table, and then Larsa was like, "Well, actually, nobody ever asked you to come sit with us anyway." And she was like, "New York literally just asked me to come sit down." So when New York was like, "Yeah, I did." So yeah, Larsa's just hateful and spiteful for no reason.
Or she just straight up don't like the girl, but damn, I if this is how you actually treat somebody,
which
this
is hateful.
like it this is you. You know, this can't just be for show.
A very nasty girl.
She's very nasty. Um, she's a mean girl.
She's a
Um,
mean girl.
so next, the next day,
The next day.
what happened, Malik? You know,
What happened the next day? The next day the sun rose and then the birds chirped.
all right. So boom, it's the next morning. The next day, after the hit list, we have a redemption challenge. Both of the ladies do spend a little time speaking with other people before the challenge. Just trying to secure votes. None of the conversations before the challenge to me really mattered more than the ones after. So we're kind of skip through those really quickly.
Hmm.
The challenge, the redemption challenge itself, it's literally nothing to note or remember. It was a bust, even down to it was a bust when the production even says it's a bust,
This
and
is a
then
bust.
fast forwards through 3, 4, 5 rounds. Like Safari won.
And the ones that they did wasn't even good.
Like that was
Those were probably
so
the best jokes.
it was that she was so lame. But I already knew Teresa's not wasn't gonna get the assignment in order to be funny, because Teresa can be funny with some one liners, but she don't even really be trying to. I think that's too much pressure for her to come up with something. Larsa is just not funny. And
Teresa?
yeah, Teresa got some one liners now, but it's like
Yeah, but
she's
Teresa
in an
wasn't
argument
doing
with
it.
somebody.
It was
Oh, so I'm
Victoria,
sorry.
Larsa, and Safari.
I'm so sorry, Teresa. um, yeah, no, Victoria. But the same thing I said about Teresa still can stand for Victoria too. Like
I think
she
that
got
I
one
don't think
liner.
Victoria is the quickest, and I think that Larsa's humor is very dry, and I think that both is true for Safari. So I just feel like
Well, no, Safari is kind of funny. He do just say some, random wild shit, that you can get a little chuckle off of. So I was expecting, because he said he
okay,
saw
that's true.
this challenge last season. He watched this challenge. So I was expecting for him to be a little bit better than he was.
Funny.
Yeah. But he won nonetheless. So now it's Victoria against Larsa.
The battle we've all been waiting to see
We have
all
definitely been
season.
waiting to see this one. Um, Back at the house.
Been waiting for this one. Turn it up.
Let's see. So New York and West, we finally get the official conversation. I feel like from New York and West to know that they're working together. That because of course, if you don't know or if you don't remember, when New York came into the house, her and West didn't act like they knew each other versus the way, and they didn't reveal that they worked on a show together. It is the show that's coming out I think that show comes out in January. America's Worst Cooks. That's the
Uh
show
huh.
together. It's just now about to come out.
That's not already out.
It's not out yet.
Worst cooks.
Well, the season that they did the season that has West, New York, Rachel Riley, um, from Big Brother, and a couple more people.
With the red hair.
Hmm
Oh,
the one that married Brendan. You remember Rachel from Trader? She was on Trader too.
yeah.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
know
yeah.
who she is.
So,
I don't know who Brendan is, but I know
she
Who
met her
Rachel
husband
is.
in the Big Brother house, so he was on Big Brother. Yeah. So yeah, it's getting ready to come out. Like they're just now being able to actually talk about the show Works Goods.
Hmm.
That well, that they are doing a season with their publicity thing. So, anywho, they didn't, say anything. They just kind of hi, whatever. And so now we got the official conversation of them officially in words locking in their alliance. So it
Right.
comes Jesse. Well, wait, before Jesse came, they talked about, the pros and cons of Victoria and or Larsa. Let me get your thoughts. So West says, and I don't remember if it was in his confessional to New York, y'all. Please forgive me. You're still getting what he said. um, he has been protecting Victoria this entire game. However, she gets on everybody's nerve. Whereas with Larsa, he has become a part of the housewives, and he wants to pursue that particular connections further. So they let me know West was already ready to, Victoria was disposable to him. He was gonna let her go. What are your thoughts on him choosing Larsa over Victoria?
Same thing that well, I think that Victoria was always disposable to him, but I think that he actually had a use for her in the beginning of the game,
Mhm.
and he doesn't anymore. And he even said that when Safari called her a liability. So I think Wes is like, yeah, like he's with the rest of the house. He's like, yeah, I want to get rid of this girl too.
But so sometimes, like, sometimes in Survivor, you'll have somebody that everybody wants to get rid of, and then you'll keep that person because ultimately you'll keep that person and
Because it
blindside
saves you.
somebody else, because then that's typically ultimately can buy you at least another week, because now it's, oh, okay, well, now I can get rid of you. So I was thinking he could have used Victoria in that sense, but I guess it does make more sense for him to go over with Larsa because he get a 2 for 1 by default
What
versus
is the two for one?
he gets, because of him and Larsa, he gets Teresa. They're the three housewives.
Um,
Mhm. So, um, okay, well, yeah, that was that. So, but then Jesse comes in, and you can visibly see, I could visibly see the tension brewing between the Jesse and the West of it all. Like it was starting to be seen on TV as like this unspoken thing, because of course they discuss who are they voting for. West, the way he said that he would get rid of Victoria in that conversation, I can understand why Jesse was like, I don't believe him. Like him keeping Victoria, is beneficial for him. However, I was like, dang, Jesse, I wish you would have been paying attention to who Wes has been talking to, because he has aligned himself with Larsa and Teresa. And that's kind of something to pay attention to, because if you're saying you want to get rid of Victoria to get rid of one of Wes's minions, it's like you're a week too late on that move, because you should have got rid of Larsa campaign to get rid of Larsa, because that would have taken for sure,
right.
almost, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know where all of that came from, but anyway,
Girl.
that's my thoughts. Boom. For the rest of the night, I don't think we get another argument between Larsa and Victoria until we get into the banishment ceremony. Um, I would like to note that New York is definitely here and New York is playing this season, y'all.
Huh.
I
She's
am loving
awake.
her. She is very woke. I am loving her. It's good watching her. Like, she was a good pick. And I'm glad she truly, truly tapped in. Um, she's strategizing. She's asking the right questions. Where are the numbers, and she tries for Victoria. She really tries to keep Victoria. They have developed this new bond, and I think it's nice. Or it could just be New York really don't fuck with Larsa or Teresa, so I'm gonna keep her right now because I know y'all don't like her. Well, no, Teresa likes her, but I don't know. I don't know.
It was like very on ice. Teresa in New York. I don't know. I think that relationship is starting to like fray, if you will. Like I don't think it's as strong as it was when the show first started.
Definitely not as strong as it was. I
Yeah,
think it's just kind of more. They're both on a like a I see you and keep it moving type of vibe, really.
heavy on keep it moving.
hmm Uh, so it's time for the banishment, and they give their final speeches. I don't know how to feel about those speeches. I don't have much to
I don't
say.
remember the speeches.
It,
Didn't they argue with each other?
yeah, they ended up
Yeah.
arguing, but they argued because I think I don't know. They're always fucking arguing. Anything
Do
Victoria
you know?
is gonna have something to um
All
try
she
to
got to do
back,
is breathe, and Larsa gonna be like, "Oh, why do you breathe like that?"
literally. So in the middle of them arguing, Candy was like, "Listen, that's enough. That's enough. It's time for you. Basically, it's time for your ass to go." And hit,
She said,
hits the
"Enough,
thing on her.
sashay away."
Oh, hit the button. So we're thinking this is the end of the episode, and everybody's about to go back in the house, and we'll be back here next week. Saying that you never know when it's gonna drop, but we'll be back here next week and start off with as we go into the house. Joel was like, "Before you guys go, I want to play a little game,"
Let's
and
play.
I'm like, "What is going on here?" Before we talk about it, okay, so I just tell y'all what Joel had them to do. He said, "You guys have been here for a few days with each other. You should know each other by now. Rank yourselves from um least villainous to most villainous." Okay. Before we talk about who was in what placement, what did you think was about to happen when Joel said that? Like, what was your
Place
first
yourself from least
thought
villainous to most villainous.
when he told them to do that? Like, what was your first thoughts like on
I
what was
actually
about
thought it
to
was
happen?
a super villain challenge, and I thought that the most villainous person, or least villainous, but more than likely most villainous person, was going to become the next super villain,
Oh, okay.
and maybe the two least or the three least villainous would be in the bottom or something. I don't know, but I was like, I think this is a super villain challenge.
Instantly I was like, I need my favorite people to do exactly what Wes did, and that was get in the middle, but don't be too less villain. Definitely don't be less villainous, but be on the end of the most villainous.
The
Not
end,
the most
yes,
villainous.
yes.
You know what I'm saying? Right in the middle. So it's like it's a need for you to be here. I
Because
ain't too
Pete,
bad.
nobody said what's his name.
Nobody. However, it ended up turning into now the first argument was between New York and Candy because Jesse was boosting Candy up like, I think you are the most villain. New York said, I pulled that lever, the FU lever at the first challenge.
I'm trying to
And
figure out
I
where
just
Jesse
told
got
my
so
mom,
much bug from. Jesse was like, New York was like, "Don't tell me that I something. Shut up." Jesse like, "I think you should," or something. Like what? Where did this come from?
because he know like TikTok. We don't have many more episodes, so if I'm gonna make it to the end, like I gotta start showing my villainous side of me because he definitely has one. He has just been laying low and playing the field, but he
Right,
knows it's time. Like somebody gotta be the first person to make the move or do something. Like something's gotta happen. Like we gotta jump this shit off at some point because I'm trying to make it to the end. He know West is trying to make it to the end. Clearly, New York is trying to make it to the end. But also, Jesse and Candy have formed some sort of relationship. Not like that. Okay, I'm not talking like that type of relationship. Like they're working together, partnership in the house, and we don't know what is about to happen. So if I can get Candy to be the most villainous person, if something does happen, maybe I'm safe. Also, while causing a little chaos and confusion and knocking New York a peg off of,
ooh,
off her high horse. I
okay.
don't, clearly he knows that now New York is working with West because when he walked in, it was New York and West having a conversation. You ain't never seen New York and West having a conversation. So maybe that could have been more of a shot to West because West wasn't moving and he knew that. The same as with he wasn't gonna move either. When they were trying to get him and Teresa to swap out because everybody was saying, well, Jesse is the least villainous person here. It
Which
should
I agreed with.
I
Well,
did.
it was either Jesse or Teresa. Either or, to be honest, I didn't really care.
So how would you
But
rank them
I would have done Tiffany
as most villainous?
as most villainous,
Okay.
then Larsa, then I would have put Candy. Bless you. I would have put Candy. Then I would have put Wes. Then I would have put Safari. Then I would have put Jesse. Then Teresa. I think I would have put Teresa. Then I would have put Jesse. That's my
So your list is being based on
what
the
I'm
drama
seeing.
based the drama that you've seen in the house, like who
Yeah.
much have done something in the house. And I think
Yeah.
that's why I would give Teresa least villainous is because it's like you dropped the ball. You had the perfect opportunity to show Teresa Judice, as you say, since Mother Teresa has left the building and you were gonna flip the switch by voting to keep Larsa over Victoria. The time to leave Mother Teresa was when New York told
It was
you,
coming for your husband.
yeah, that was the time, and you did nothing. All you did was kiss my ass. Like, girl, girl, bye. This is not the flip the table.
Gary.
This can't be the lady who a whole production and a whole nother production on a whole nother network created a whole game off of your table flipping in a challenge for $250,000 or $200,000 or
They did it.
$100,000.
They did.
The game even made it back into the game on the finale in a mini flip the table.
They did.
And then now here you come on a show called House of Villains to represent what was, and you're not doing anything. I'm sorry, double banishment. Boom, I just said it because that's what the fuck this lineup is for. It's about to be a double
Okay.
banishment. Teresa can go. I'm
Ooh.
not ready to let Jesse go, even though we hadn't seen, you know, him do his thing. I want to see him do his thing. And I want to see him do his thing for two reasons. One, because I've seen him in the interviews for press for this show, and it's like I need to see that on the screen. I need to see that Jesse on the screen,
Yeah.
and I want to see if it can go up against West. I've seen what West has to offer. Um, so I want,
To see what Jesse has to offer.
you know, I just don't know if in the end how it would be with like a New York up against West in the end. Like
Mm.
that eating challenge, that nasty ass eating challenge they did on that last one. New York's not doing that. She's bowing out. She's not doing that. I want at least if West does make it to the end and people don't wise up and get him out of the house, I at least want him to have some competition. Like I want to see Candy do that type of challenge, because I think Candy will do it. It's gonna be disgusting. She gonna talk shit, but I think she'll do it. I know Jesse will do it. Know West to do it. And I want to see Safari do it. Damn, that's like all I got.
Yeah.
But Larsa's
I
not
mean, it's
doing
only
shit.
men. It's only like
Teresa's
three
not doing
girls.
that shit. It's like it's so only so
Shit, I
much that
wouldn't.
the women will do. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like, well, we still need. It's still a competition show, like, or I don't. I don't know. I don't know. Let us know what you think down in the comments, guys.
Ask the
Also, let us know
audience.
what you thought about this week's episode. I did call it and say we have to do some type of double banishment coming up or something. And we got it. It would have been great if we got it this episode, however,
Yeah.
instead of
Yeah.
as a cliffhanger. We could have truly cut the redemption challenge down to about a 3 minute segment, to be honest with you. We could have cut out.
And really,
Oh,
all
oh,
the
oh,
middle
oh,
shit
oh,
because
wait,
it
wait,
wasn't like a
wait,
lot of
wait, wait.
drama.
We cannot get out of here before we discuss Safari putting West in his clothes and Safari wearing West's clothes. We ain't talk about that. And I don't know how we can talk about that. What were like what did you think?
Safari looked amazing. I mean, sorry, that is insane because I was thinking of Wes when I said that. Wes looked amazing. Wes looked like Safari. You know how on Drag Race they have the makeover challenge? It's like
Mhm.
they would have won the
So
challenge.
West
They
was
would
in
have,
drag. This is what you're saying.
yes, congratulations. You both have won this challenge, okay? They looked good. They looked like each other. Excuse me. And yeah, I enjoyed that a lot.
It was
What was
good.
that? What was that? Because I
Huh?
burped.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Acting like me. My indigestion. Anywho,
Okay.
yeah, I actually, contrary to popular belief, I actually thought I was like, Safari looks decent. He looks like dad mode a little bit, but you can tone it down, sir. Like you really do not have to be that extra. I know West was hot as fuck. Don't even wear coat. They wear sweaters and shorts in the wintertime.
Girl, he got hair on his own
Hot as
arms,
hell.
okay?
You see what I'm saying? Oh, and speaking of hair on the arms, I was so amazed and just thoroughly pleased that when Candy lifted her arms when she was sitting in the chair, that they were waxed. I was like, Jesus.
Girl,
That
she is
would have
a
really been.
woman. You thought she had hair under her arms?
She might.
Some queens give that, no shade.
And I don't know.
Yeah,
I just feel like anybody that's gonna be wearing their arms out need to have their arm shaved, male or female, trans or drag queen or not.
no work. Well, if you're gonna see my arms, then yeah. But if not, one time, one time I had waxed them. Oh my god, that shit was so painful. I was like, yeah, I'm not doing that again.
It only
Sorry.
lasted for just a second.
Yeah, you're right. But why would I put myself through that every week? I don't know. It's just maybe sometime later again. But
Beauty is pain, my friend. Beauty is.
it is. It is. I got my eyebrows threaded like a couple months ago. I was
Mhm.
like, oh my god, and I didn't even see the difference. I still don't. But
Then what you do? Tell them to just clean them up.
yeah,
Well, then that's why you didn't ask for like a arch or anything. You should have said, "I want a deep arch and clean up or shape up."
I know now.
Learn something new every day.
You do
You're not learning. You're not growing.
that part. Go
Um,
out and learn something. And learn you
that's
something.
true. Go learn you something today. What are you giving this episode? Hey,
Mm, you give it a B. Oh, I
um,
thought that's what you say. I
no,
thought that's
I
what
was
you
just saying the alphabet A, B, C, D.
said. Oh, I really want to give it a C, but I'm trying not to I wasn't like thoroughly entertained. I give it like a B minus.
So
It
can we
was
be
like,
honest?
yeah,
The season is not giving me what first season gave me. Like it
really,
has its moments and parts on each episode, and I guess because of the players, specifically the players that I'm rooting for, I want to see outside of New York, and enjoying watching New York be clocked in and strategize and stuff like that. It's not giving me like I gotta rush
season
to
one.
watch it. You see what I'm saying? It's like I'm not.
That's interesting. I kind of get that feeling too. However, I don't remember everybody that was on season one, but I do like this cast. I like everybody on this cast, and I
But
feel like
it's
this is a pretty
literally
fun
the
season.
players. It's it's just I don't know. I don't know. Maybe it's the editing or what they're choosing to show us. Maybe, but it's just like some of it is just I don't know. I don't have the specifics of what it is. It's like some people I feel like some people can be giving more or I expected them to be giving more and they're not.
Yeah,
I don't know. I'm gonna give this episode I'll give it an honest B. I'll give it an honest B. I'm glad
B.
yeah, a B. I'm glad that the Larsa and Victoria thing is over. I don't know how much more of it I could have taken before I just had to read Larsa down for filth. And I don't really want to do that. Um,
I'll do it. Listen here, Larsa. No, it's fine.
he's so crazy. I don't know who is going. I have absolutely no predictions about who is going in the banishment in the double since it's going to be a double banishment. I'm assuming we'll get the double banishment at the beginning of the episode, and then we'll get a challenge with a new supervillain and a new hit list on the next episode, all in the next episode. So we should have a lot to talk about. And I kind of just want to leave it there because they left us on a cliffhanger. I feel like we should leave this whole conversation on a cliffhanger and make sure You
Oh my
guys,
god, what am I going to say? I have no clue. Ah!
make sure you like this video. If you have not already, make sure you hit that subscribe button before you guys get out of here. I appreciate you so much for watching. If you guys are a fan of Married to Medicine, I will have that video dropping really soon. Actually, probably today or in the morning. And yeah.
I love Married to Medicine.
Oh, you watch Married to Medicine? No, you don't. Stop lying.
Just trying
I
to,
wish you would watch Married to Medicine or Bell Collective so I don't have to do it alone, but I can do it by myself.
I've seen a couple scenes.
It's
My
okay.
folks watch Married to Medicine.
Because they know what's up.
Maybe they do. Shoot.
It's good. Good, good, good. Anywho, we're going to get out of here, guys. I'm your girl, Shay.
I'm your boy Malik,
Peace out.
Girl Scout.
Said that last time, too.